everybody, hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Malkoff MD3 Wildcat. This is one well-built light. I'd like to go ahead and get that out there. This light is very well built. We'll get into that here in a minute. When you're holding this light, it just feels like quality. It's got a good weight to it, so I'm actually going to weigh it and see how much it weighs before we get into the specs of it. I'm going to do this just like all my other flashlight reviews. I'm going to get into the specs. I wrote some of these down because it's hard to remember all the specs of all the flashlights I've had and owned, but I do want to check the weight on this. When I first picked this up, the first thing I thought of was duty flashlight for like police or military or something like that. You don't want like a small pocket flashlight, but you definitely want something that could be used in a strike situation, less lethal, as I guess is what I'm getting at, you know, something like that. This definitely could handle that. As you've seen in some of my other videos, Malkoff makes really good products. They're very durable. The brand new Bodyguard that's just come out, I threw it 25 feet off the top of my house and it survived, no problems at all. So let's weigh this thing and see what we got here. We have 7.7 ounces. Not a real light, no pun intended, but I do like the weight of this light, especially for, like I said, for like a duty situation, like you're a law enforcement or military or something like that. So let's get into some of the specs of this light, and then I'll show you some features on it. Then, as normal, after the video, I'll show you some pictures of some, you know, in the light in use. So let's get into it. Like I said, this is called the MD3 Wildcat. They do make an MD4 version, which is a little bit longer. We'll get into that here in a minute. This one is the neutral tint. This has very good light rendering, I guess color rendering light. I talked to Gene the other day about this light, and he said he actually sells this to a lot of people that take photographs at night, because this has such good color rendering that it enhances the colors and stuff, that a lot of people use this for taking pictures, like photography and stuff like that. And from what I've experienced with it, just playing around the house and stuff like that, it really does make colors pop, more realistic looking, like you're in the direct light, sunlight or something like that, natural lighting. It really does give off good color. So the neutral tint actually has 1,050 lumens at first turn on, and then drops down to 950 lumens after that. The cool white version, which I know my buddy Jack bought, has 1,350 lumens at first turn on and 1,250 lumens after that. So this thing produces a lot of light out of a pretty small flashlight overall. So it does have a 20-degree frosted optic. You can see here it is a little frosted down in there. This thing has incredible spill. The cool white actually has some good throw, and this isn't bad for a neutral flashlight, but the spill on this light is incredible. I mean, it lights up everything. I'm not sure I've ever had a flashlight that will light up as big an area as this flashlight actually does. It's actually really amazing. I stepped outside the other day and shined the light. You can see right there how bright it is. And I just flickered it. And it just lit up everything. And I was like, my goodness. I know my buddy had told me about it. My buddy Freddie told me about how good the spill was. And it's amazing. Seriously. So on down with it. It has a Cree XP50 LED. Cree makes really good LEDs, and Malkoff only uses really good LEDs, so that's why their lights are so tough and so durable. They use good products in their lights. Now, one of the features on this light that I love, this is one of my favorite features on a flashlight, bar none. There's other companies that do it and stuff, but this light has it. So you can see here, it is on bright. If I twist the head just a very small amount, it goes to low. I love that feature, seriously. I love that I can have high every time I hit the button, and if I want low, I just twist the head. I mean, literally, look how much I twist this. That's it. It's on low. That's it. Back to high. This is actually one of the best ones I've seen that does that. You know, a lot of them you can turn, you know, you might have to turn not quite a quarter turn or something like that, but this thing, you just barely move it and it goes into low, which I do really like, because, you know, if you got it tightened down, you're good to go, and then you don't have to move it very far at all, and it drops down into low. And it's not like it does it real easy. I mean, when it's in high, it does take a little bit, so you don't have to worry about bumping it and knocking it down. It's not that sensitive, but I love that feature in flashlights. I wish more flashlights actually had that. That's how much I like that feature. And I had a flashlight years ago that had that. I still own that flashlight. And that's when I fell in love with that feature. And I'm glad to see that Malkoff put it in the Wildcat. Next, it is 7 to 12 volts. The light is 7 to 12 volts. You can run it on 3 to 4 primary CR123s. 3 in its current configuration. The MD4 will take 4, or 2 to 3 rechargeables. We'll get into that here in just a minute. High will run for 1 hour or so, 1 hour and 15 minutes on two 3400 18650s, which would be the MD4 body. I did not have time to actually test the runtime on this. I wish I would have. I've been pretty busy. I'm fixing to go on vacation, so I've been really busy, and this isn't my light, so I want to get it back to my buddy in a timely manner. So I didn't have time to test it. This is not the 18650 body. This is the MD3, so it only has 2 rechargeables in it. We'll get into that here in a minute. You can run it on 3 CR123s, and that'll run for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. And 4 CR123s will run approximately 45 minutes. That can all be depending on the weather and stuff, depending on how cold it is or hot it is. Those times may vary a little bit, but that's a good ballpark figure for what those batteries will do. The MD3, this configuration here, is 6 1/4 inches long, and the body is a 1-inch body with a little over an inch head. It's 1.22 inch head, so almost 1 1/4 inches head. The MD4 is actually 7 3/4 inches, and everything else is the same, because really you're just adding an extension on the back end of it. So it's, you know, a longer body, so you're essentially having the same identical thing except just a longer body. So it's made out of 6061 T6 type 3 hard anodized aluminum, and it is completely O-ring sealed, just like all their lights. And the head has been designed, you know, it's fully potted and everything for rugged use. It will stand up to recoil, drops, and stuff like that. So let's get inside this light, because there is one thing I really want to show you in here that's pretty amazing. So I want to show you one thing though. That thing is so smooth. I mean, it is smooth. I talked about in one of the other videos how smooth that Raylight pineapple light was. This is every bit as smooth, if not smoother, than that Raylight is. It's amazing. There's the high-low ring inside it in the head. That is what controls whether you turn it and it goes into high and low. I want you to look at the fit of these batteries. That is milled perfectly in there. I mean, there's like no wiggle at all of this battery. It's amazing how tight the tolerances is on this. So in this light, as you can see here, you really have to kind of shake it to get the other one out. I mean, it is in there. So here it is. I mean, that's how good the tolerances is. Before we get into what the batteries are, look how thick the body is on this light. I mean, that right there just screams quality. The body on this light is amazingly thick, and I mean, that's the first thing I noticed when I took the head off this body, was how stout this body was made. It's incredible. So what my buddy runs in these is a Keep Power 18500 1700 milliamp. You can see that right there. Like I said, I didn't have time to test these to see how long they will run and last and stuff like that, but that's what he runs in it. One other thing that the Bodyguard has that this one does not, another reason you might not want to throw it off, you know, high places until you do this upgrade, it had a huge O-ring in the bottom. Malkoff does sell that O-ring kit for these lights. He puts an O-ring in the bottom, and I think he told me it had one that went in the head. Don't quote me on that. I know there's one that goes in the bottom, but I'm thinking he said there was 2 of them for this light. And that's a shock absorber, more or less. I talked about this in the other video, and that way when it hits and the battery actually slams in, if it lands, tail cap down or head down, and the battery actually slams, it has that shock absorber to keep it from damaging anything inside the light, the tail cap, the head, or anything like that. So that just helps out with that. So you can actually buy that for an upgrade for this if you're going to be doing any kind of major stuff. Maybe I would do that if I was law enforcement and I thought I might have to use this as an impact weapon or something like that. I might put those O-rings in it. For everyday use, you probably don't need it, but that's just a heads up. So, I just want you to see, that's just amazing. This top one will come out, the bottom one actually does slide up, as you can see there, but the tolerances are just amazing. So you push down the head, turn it back on. I do want to say something. So I've used this light around the house, and when you turn it on low, it is perfect for walking around the house in the morning. When I get up, I usually take the dog out first thing first, and I'll use a flashlight to do that. I don't turn the lights on everywhere and wake everybody up in the house and stuff like that. So I'll just grab a flashlight and turn it on and walk through the house with it. And I've been using this one, and that 20 to 30 lumens is incredible just for navigating around rooms and stuff like that. Now, there again, if you're using this in a tactical situation, law enforcement, military, you're not going to want to walk around probably with it on low, because, that's not enough to actually blind your assailant or your perpetrator, whoever it is, but that is. So this has, multiple uses, especially if you're in that situation. You could, use it at home, and then whenever you go to work, just twist the head back, and it has a way blinding light in this light, and it's built, like I said, like a tank, where if you had to strike, it can handle that abuse. So it also uses the McClicky tail cap. All their products use those just about. I don't know of anything that they make that don't use that. But they do have the McClicky tail cap. It can be replaced fairly easy if something does go wrong with the switch. I've never had any issues with a tail cap or any light period from Malkoff. So I don't, wouldn't expect this light to be any different. My buddy has had this light for a while, and he's never had any problems at all with this light. Here's a close-up of it. Just want to show it to you. You can get a different tail cap for this. I think it's called the tri-tail cap. It has like 3 lugs on it, and you could also use that as an impact as well. Those tri lugs would really work as a non-lethal impact weapon if you were in a situation where you need to use it as such. I've only used this light for maybe 4 or 5 days, but in the time I've had it, I've been impressed with it. So if you're looking for like an EDC light, this might not be for you. But if you're looking for like a nightstand light, a tactical light for like law enforcement or military, this would serve you awesome. Okay, as you can see, it's a little bit light out here because some of the residual light from the neighbors is coming over. But you can barely make out that tree right there. You can see my hand in their light, but the tree's not. So if you turn this on dim, you can make out a little bit on the ground and stuff like that. But when we turn this light on bright, I want you to watch how it lights up the world. Look at that. And the camera isn't even doing it justice. Let me turn the camera up just a little bit. I don't know how much justice the camera's doing it, but I can literally see like this whole area. It lights up a crazy amount of the area out here. I can easily probably see, I'm gonna guess, 40 to 50 yards side to side easily where it lights up so much. And there's a 100-yard fence up in the field up here, and I can barely come close to making that fence out. It's a little hazy up there, but I can almost make out that fence at 100 yards. You can see right here how bright that is on the ground. Even like that, I'm pointing it right down in front of the camera. It actually still illuminates the tree some. It illuminates a lot more where I'm standing at than it actually is for you guys. So it's just amazing how much this illuminates and how much spill this has. Let's take you inside in the basement and show you what it does indoors. Okay, we're back inside. I have it on dim right now. I just kind of want to show you, we are probably, I'm going to say 15 to 17 yards away from the wall. This is on dim. You can see here how much it lights up the room. Let me actually turn the camera just a little bit so you can see more of it. You can see right there how much it lights up. You can kind of make out the stairs, which are right here. Now when I hit this on bright, watch this. I mean, it's like the sun came out. There's dim, there's bright, and I want you to see the color that this puts off. I mean, it's amazing the way the color pops with this light. The cool white, you won't get this color rendering here. You won't get the bright colors and how much the colors pop with this neutral light. That's kind of what you get with it. But with the cool white, you're going to get a lot brighter light, and it's going to be more of a tactical style light. Whereas you can blind an assailant, it's going to be a lot more blinding. But you can see I can point the camera almost straight down to ground. You can still make out that wall over there, even the stairs and everything. And I basically got it pointing at my feet right now. And then whenever you bring it back up, it just lights up the entire room. I mean, this light is really amazing with the spill it has. And like I said, you know, a lot of people use this for shooting like pictures and videos for nighttime, because you get that, you know, imitation of daylight and sunlight outside. It's such a good color enhancing light. That's why a lot of people use this. And then the cool white is probably more of a tactical style light, like I said before. I don't have a cool white one. I would like to try the cool white. I think it would be more along the lines of something I would use, because I'm more tactically oriented. If you watch the channel, you know I'm more tactically mindset, self-defense mindset, something like that. I would really like to try the cool white version of this and see what it looks like as well. But this right here is really, really bright. So let me get this back off. I'm going to turn the lights on upstairs and get back to the end of the video. Malkoff MD3 Wildcat, 2 thumbs up. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll link their website in the bottom of this video so you can go check this out and all the other products they have. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. Great people, great company, made in USA. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time.